What up, what up, what up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to do a review of Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 7, Episode 4. So if you haven't seen the fourth episode of Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 7, Episode 4, turn this video off, go watch the episode, come back and watch this video. Like this video, subscribe to my channel. It is a simple and free way to support my channel. Please get my engagement up. If you fuck with me, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out when I post. I'm not a public speaker. I will tend to fumble my words. You'll hear me say, so, like 1,000 times. I might stop to regain my thoughts. I might slow my talking down to regain my thoughts. See, I just fumbled right there. Anything I say, my opinion, it does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. And comment below what you would grade this episode, what you thought of the episode. If I forget anything in particular, if I was off on anything, let me know in the comments. Let me know. That's what you guys are here for, to inform me when I don't know shit. Because I don't be knowing a lot of shit. But yeah, last chance. Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 7, Episode 4. Spoiler alert, about to spoil the entire episode. My mouth is dry. Hold on. Got my half and half. Alright. So, the first scene of Sistas, this episode, reconvenes from what we saw last episode. It's the guy from Andy's firm, Mr. Leland. So Mr. Leland died, y'all. I mean, if you've seen the episode, you know that Mr. Leland died. So his body is getting carried away by the EMT. Fatima asked, like, at least that's one less partner that can bring up your past with Gary. I was like, so they really just brought this nigga in just for him to die. And now they got this whole beef with Hayden and Andy again. So Andy's like, oh, that means now that, what's the name? Jones and Benson will be looking for a new partner. And someone who can manage the firm. So Hayden calls Gary and it's like he's had a change of heart. And tells Gary about Leland dropping dead while talking to Andy. So Leland, so he tells Gary that Leland was actually the one leading the charge to take Gary down. He tells Gary, if you help me make partner and destroy Andy, then I can help keep you out of prison. Then we get the scene. It's a lot of cutaway scenes all through the episode between Zach and Danny, Karen and Pam at the salon with some Mama Lisa scenes too. Andy and Jordan and Rich and Sabrina. So it's a lot of them here and there. So Zach, he goes to the airport. He's like, oh, reminiscing, like, oh, I know y'all miss me here, all that. I almost forgot that nigga worked at the damn airport. So he goes to chop it up with Danny. He's like, I need some advice about Karen. I need to know if I should ask her for a DNA test. Then they cut away to the shop, to Karen's salon. And of course, Trey's there. He's dropping off some packages that Pam done ordered. Pam says she opened a business line of credit. And Karen's trying to give her a warning and stuff. And Trey's like, you better listen to your boss lady. He says something about college. And Karen's like, oh, you went to college? And Trey's like, oh, not all hood dudes didn't go to college, shorty. I was like, first of all, is this what Tyler Perry thinks of as a hood nigga? And what hood niggas still be calling people shorty? Except for Iman Shumpert, apparently. If you know, you know. But I'm just like, shorty and not all hood dudes. He just not giving hood dude for me. I don't know. Nigga light skin, got plaits, like it's. I don't know. I'm sorry. No, nothing against light skinned guys with plaits. I don't. But anyway, so yeah, so we got that scene. Then we got this little war I guess Sabrina has with her coworker. Same coworker from the last episode when they was both at the teller booth, and she was like, "Oh, I'll take him," and Rich was like, "Oh, I actually want to talk to Sabrina," and she was good. So her name is Paige. That's Sabrina's coworker, the white woman, and she approaches Sabrina about you didn't say something about you didn't say something to the customer about something. I can't remember what she told her. You didn't tell them about our something deal. I can't remember. So Sabrina, she's like, well, you was too busy ear hustling. So then Paige is like, oh, is that AAV thing? I mean AAVE, that African American vernacular English. I was like, what are we doing here? This is real not race appropriation, but like race based in the workplaces. You notice that, like Andy's bosses mostly is like white and against her kinda. Now Sabrina working with these white women is kind of against her. And then you got Karen with the business owner. She white and it's kind of weird. So Sabrina, she tells Paige, like, I did tell the customer about the whatever that deal was. She said you was just too busy on your third smoke break. So she's like, it was a mental health break. I don't smoke. So then the regional manager comes in, India, the one that gave Sabrina her job back after the whole case and all that. So she comes back in. She's like, she has a proposition for both Sabrina and Paige. Then we get to see Jordan. He pops up on Andy at work. And although she told him that they already in that junk looking at her crazy because of her relationships and stuff, that she don't want him kissing her and stuff, he still tries to attempt to kiss her with them bare-ass glass windows. I'm just like, okay. So Andy starts telling Jordan about what happened with Leland. Jordan's like, oh, I'm taking you to lunch. So they get up to leave out, and Hayden sees, and he's on the phone with Gary. He tells him, I just saw Jordan and Andy leave together. So Hayden's like, I know it was, he starts assuming, I know it was Andy who sicked the feds on me. So Hayden's like, oh, no, I don't think so. She was just as rattled by the investigation as you were. Gary's like, it's all an act. I said Gaten. That's them two wild ass niggas' names together. So Gary's like, oh, it's all an act. I know she did it. So Hayden tells Gary, I think she's also trying to become partner too. He's like, I need you to stop her. I'm just like, what in the hell makes Hayden think that Gary can stop Andy? I'm trying to figure out what is it that he's supposed to be doing. So then Gary's like, we're going to take care of that bitch or get that bitch or something like that. So then he says that bitch won't know what hit her. And then Penelope walks in and is like, which bitch you referring to? So then we back at the bank, and India is telling Sabrina and Paige that a particular branch is looking for a new manager. And HR will be posting it soon and urges them both to apply. And I'm just like, why can't you just go to this HR person and tell them about these two people and have them look at their files or whatever, resumes, and have them pick? Why are you telling them to apply with other candidates and they both lose? Like, it wasn't making sense. I don't know. Maybe she did leave a recommendation for them too. It was just like weird. Like, why even go there and say apply? And I urge you guys to apply. May the best woman win. What if neither one of the women's win? So we back at the salon, and Karen's daydreaming, thinking about Trey, and she says she feels like she may have offended him. And Pam's like, I keep telling your bougie self to stop prejudging everybody. And Karen's like, it's not like I'm a snob. And Pam and Mama Lisa get quiet, and I feel like all this is very, like, so Mama Lisa's like, oh, you can sometimes be judgmental, says that to Karen. And Karen's like, if I'm such a snob, why would I let a guy like Zach knock me up? What? So now we at the airport, and Danny's like, why do you want a DNA test? I thought Karen already had proof that it was your baby. He's saying that the test only proved that Aaron wasn't the father, but not necessarily that Zach is the father. And I'm just like, well, if Aaron's not the father, then it's you, Zach. We ain't about to just bring out some random nigga and say that he been fucking with Karen the whole time. Cause where? We would have had a glimpse. It would have been a scene or something. You ain't gonna tell me it's some third guy now. If it's really Zach's, then if it's really not Aaron's, then it's Zach's. I don't even know why we beating around the bush. I don't even. Damn, wait a minute. Because that just pissed me off. Why are we doing that? So Danny's like, so you basically calling Karen a hoe. And then Zach's like, I just want to be sure. And Danny's like, oh, this whole conversation was back and forth because like they was switching sides and then going back to another side. And it was so weird because Danny was like, you calling Karen a hoe, but then later on in the conversation, Zach was like, hey, that's my baby mother. And I don't know. So Danny's like, Karen's dealing with a lot right now. That'd be low down of you to get a DNA test. And I'm like, if you get the DNA test, like y'all just got kind of like on cool terms, okay terms, and whatever you want to call it. If you get that test and it is yours, that's gonna bring that tension right back, and she gonna bring it up every time. So then back at the salon, Mama Lisa, she telling Karen, you got a right to be guarded after dealing with Zach. I'm like, shit, after dealing with Aaron. We forget about them sketchy ladies coming up to the shop, one killing herself and one coming to curse him out. Let's not skip over Aaron. They trying to make Zach look like he crazy. Just because he got tired of being talked down on? Like, what? Anyway, so she's like, every guy you meet's not going to be like Zach, so think about that next time you run into a Trey type. I'm just like, why? Why are we talking about men? She pregnant. She got her salon. That's all she need to be worried about. Why are y'all talking about the men? Like, they always got to be dependent on the man. So irritating. So, back at the airport. Yeah, back at the airport. These flash scenes is like, oh. So Zach is like, oh, I didn't think about all the things Karen was going through. And maybe I should tell Fatima to chill on the DNA test. So Danny's like, oh no, you and Fatima good people, and Fatima deserve to know. And I'm just like, Danny, you just all over the place with your advice. Like, what? Zach was like, you just told me. She was like, I know what I told you. So he's like, all right, I'm the man. She says that you should demand Karen get you a DNA test and get a sample, and make sure you get a sample from you. I'm just like, Danny, are you drunk on the job? Like, what are you talking about? Her conversation with with Zach was so backwards. So then we get this scene, like, Fatima's wild as hell, because, like, you beat this man and stripped him naked and put him on the roof of a car, and he still got to see your ass coming in and laughing at shit. She funny. So she go in there, oh, she go in Hayden's office all smiling and shit. So of course they had this back and forth, Hayden trying to continue to tell her to get out, she not listening and all that. So Fatima's like, I'm on to you. Now, last episode, oh yeah, well she is. I was about to say last episode I thought something else, never mind. But she's like, I'm on to you. I know that you trying to make partner, but that gig belongs to Andy. She's like, if you do anything shady and try to fuck Andy around, I'm going, it's your ass. So, and Hayden looks scared because he's like, ah. He don't usually look scared though. When Fatima be threatening him, he only usually looks scared. So I was wondering why he looked so scared in that moment. And he's still dealing with that damn girl. He's just a wild nigga. So then we get these next couple of back and forth scenes with who is it? Rich, Sabrina, and Tony and Danny. And Gary and Penelope, we get these flash scenes. So Maurice and Sabrina, they had Rich's spot. I thought it was a smoothie spot, but he was like, y'all like the food? So I'm assuming they sell food there too. That's irrelevant anyway. So Rich comes over there to check on them. He's like, he got to get back to customers. And it wasn't a damn soul. There was 2 people at the counter, but come on. Even Maurice pointed it out. He was like, he said customers. That was the funniest thing Maurice has said since season 1. So Sabrina's asking Maurice, like, what do you think of Rich? And Maurice is like, oh, he fine and all, but do we have any red flags? So Sabrina's telling Maurice, like, Rich don't want kids, and you know that I do. And Maurice telling her, like, oh, you wanted blue contacts, you'll get over it. So then Andy and Jordan walk in, and they come and sit down right with Sabrina and Maurice. So then we go back to Gary and Penelope. And Gary's trying to explain who he was calling a bitch on the phone. Penelope's like, oh, I don't want you to explain anything. I'm at your job. I popped up on you. Da da da. She's like, I just want us to be better since I'm carrying your child. And we took the first step by having lunch. And Gary's like, oh, so does that mean I can come home now? And then Hayden calls him, tells him Fatima's in there threatening him like he's just like a little ass kid calling somebody like Gary is dad or something. So Gary's like, what did you expect? And Hayden's like, man, I need you to neutralize Fatima. And I'm like, this conversation ain't even that necessary for you to leave the room. But either way, you know Gary knows that. He probably just didn't want to talk to Penelope. He's like, well, rather Hayden, but then Penelope. Hayden wasn't talking about shit. So Gary's like, oh, Penelope, I need to take this. Like, he leaves the room. I'm just like, okay, Gary. So when he leaves out the room, Penelope starts looking around for something. And she's like, she says to herself, I'm not gonna let you. Basically, she's looking for something to keep him away from the baby. She don't want him to have no access to the baby. So she finds what we find out later is a passport. Then we get this same filler scene. Zach calls Fatima, tells her, oh, now I have no doubt about going to take a paternity test. And Fatima's like, what changed your mind? And Zach's like, you know it's you. And then at the airport, Tony comes over to Danny, asking her, like, how was Karen's grand opening? Danny tells him that Karen was mad that the girls hung out with Fatima. So that's why she was really telling Zach what she was telling him. She was still pissed a little bit that Karen came at them. So Tony's like, you don't think you can be good friends to Karen and be cool with Fatima? So Danny's like, well, Karen and Fatima, they'll never be friends again. And so me and the girls, we're going to have to choose. She's like, especially after what I did. So Tony's like, what did you do? So then Danny tells Tony about her telling Zach, encouraging Zach to get a DNA test. So then back at the salon, Karen is stressing about her finances. Pam, she's like, don't worry, because when you drop, Zach he gonna have to pay child support. And Karen made a face when he said that. I mean, when she said that, she said he gonna have to pay child support. And Karen made a face like she know in order to get that child support, they gotta establish paternity. So I was just like, but it's just like, if it's not Aaron's, who else is it? It's like, come on. I'm sorry, Karen just don't give hoe vibes. I don't get hoe from Karen's character. So I just like, I don't think it's no third dude out there. Like they just fucking with us. Like, so back at Rich's spot, Andy and Sabrina, they chatting it up, feeling bad about how Karen felt when they came to her grand opening. Maurice, you know, he's Mauricing. I'm not gonna write everything this wild ass nigga be saying. Then Sabrina and Maurice, they leave, and Rich goes back to working. And Jordan, he's trying to ensure Andy that the FBI nonsense will be over soon. And then Penelope calls Andy and it's like, Gary's leading a double life. What are they doing with Gary's character? What now? He got a whole baby mother now. The whole FBI situation. Now he a double agent. So now they gonna say this nigga married in different countries and got different identities. So then we get back at the airport. Tony tells Danny, all like, with all you're going through, I know you're upset about Karen and this is stressing you out. So how about you take the rest of the day before he can even get the rest of the sentence out? Danny then already got up to the counter and got her purse and was like, okay, thank you, boo. I thought that part was funny. So then Penelope on the phone with Andy, telling Andy Gary has a passport with another name on it. She's like, what do I do? And Andy's like, don't take it. Just take a picture of it, send it to me, and put the passport back where you found it. So Penelope does that. And then we get this final scene. Zach goes to Karen's salon, asks her for a DNA test. And I'm just like, okay, what are we doing? Like, what did we do with this episode? Like, the back and forth, did I grade this episode? Oh, man, I don't think I graded this episode. C+, I guess. C-. I'm gonna do C-. Because what are we doing? This nigga Gary, what's up with this nigga Gary's character? Like, what's up with his character now? Like, he's so weird now. Like, this nigga got a baby mama now, getting investigated by the FBI. We didn't even really know what he did, for real. I mean, we knew he did something, but like, what did he do for real? What is this like? Then we see this nigga in the next episode snorting coke, like, and it looked like he had a gun or something like that on Andy. This nigga is wilding now. Like, I don't know what they doing with Gary's character. And then Hayden just calling him like his daddy or something. Like, nigga, calling him for some females. Like, nigga, if you don't get the I'ma call my cousin type shit. Like, what is, tell you call? He ain't got no cousins to call, must not. He must don't got no cousins to call. Who else on this goddamn show? Sabrina told Maurice that Rich not wanting kids is a deal breaker. Why you still with him then? Y'all should have broke up last episode when y'all had that talk. If that's a deal breaker for you. So what are you doing now? What are you doing now? Danny, I don't even understand, like, I mean, I'm assuming she told Zach all that stuff because she felt the way about how Karen talked to them at the salon. Then she did say something to Tony about Karen's always judging her, so she felt like that's why she said it to Zach. So I guess I like her and Tony together. I said it before. Like, I ain't feel like it was nothing wrong with Preston per se, but I like her with Tony. And who else is on this damn show? Andy. Andy ass. I mean, I don't know. We got this bootleg ass Jordan. I'm irritated. I know the old Jordan got that big role on CSI, so we can't see him no more. But damn, I'm just like, who is this new guy? Like he just not it. Like he just not it. I'm just not buying it from him. And then they just killed off that poor old white man just so he can have another storyline. Like kill off somebody original so we can have something to talk about. No, don't do that. I actually like this cast for what the fuck it is, you know. Karen, I feel like she gonna respond with the nigga get the fuck out my salon. Like fuck you think, and it's crazy because they was like I said they was on okay terms, and now you coming in with the DNA test. So, but also if it is his baby, then Karen should have no problem with it. I mean, yeah, talk your shit, but still do it. But if you talk your shit and don't want to do it, then that's gonna make you look more suspect. Pam looking good, girl. You better go, girl. I guess that's it, right? I talked about everybody. Yeah. Thanks for watching this review. Comment below what you thought of the episode yourself. Grade the episode. Let me know what your grades are. I said C minus. And if I forgot anything, was off on anything, let me know in the comments. That's what you guys are here for, to remind me, inform me, all that other stuff. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, because I don't only review Sistas, I review other shows as well. I just did my late Tyler Perry's The Oval review, so go check that out if you watch. Sorry that it's late. Sometimes I got stuff to do, but I try to get these reviews to the people that are actually watching these jumps. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.